Hello, welcome back to part 3 of circuit board preparation. In part 2, I showed you a way to modularize your transistor using a perf board to make it easier for you to incorporate them into your projects. Well, part 3, I'm going to show you additional ways to modularize your parts that'll make it easier for you to remove or install them into your circuit. Hello, my name is Brian, and you're watching Tronics in 10. Another way to do this is to start out with 2 pieces of perf board, and this time they're going to be 3 holes by 5 holes, so it's a little bit smaller. And then the transistor, when you insert it, you're going to be using the adjacent holes in the perf board, just like this. Okay, then as we did before, we're going to bend these leads, or loop the leads back up through the adjacent hole in the perf board. And this time I'm going to use an old pair of hemostats, which for me works a little better in doing this. It's easier to reach in and grab the leads so that you can twist them around and do that lead. And I'm sure you probably have a preferred tool for doing this at home, and whatever you're comfortable with, that's the tool that you're gonna use for this. You want to pull the leads back up through, one more. This process is pretty easy to do. It's just when you got to do it on cue that it's a little bit harder, because you're going against a time limit. And we'll pull this up. Okay. Now this makes for a smaller footprint on your circuit board, and take up less space. Like we did before, you're going to put the other piece of perf board and sandwich that on the bottom, and then take an unused clip lead that you cut off from a previous project, or just a scrap of bare copper wire, as I'm doing here, and that holds the bottom part of the board together so that you are able to mount this flat on your circuit board. Now there's a couple variations on how you might want to mount this on your copper clad board. Obviously flat is one way, but you can also mount it vertically if you prefer. That would take up less board space, and the leads are sticking straight up for connections. You would need to change how you have your twist ties on the end. Probably want to aim for the corner of the board down at the bottom, and maybe have one up at the top just to secure the bottom piece of perf board. But you can certainly mount this so the board is vertical. Another advantage of using this technique is when you pull a transistor out of a radio off of a printed circuit board, the leads are typically very short. And if you have a desire to use this transistor in any of your projects, it's kind of tough when you don't have very long leads. So using the perf board technique enables you to take a transistor that has short pins on it, and you can mount this on a perf board, just like we did before, and you can solder additional wires to extend the leads out of the transistor, as I have done here. The transistor that I pulled out of an old CB radio, it was in the IF amplifier, and I soldered number 30 gauge wire wrap wire on it, and have the leads coming back out through the top of the perf board, and then that way I'm able to use this transistor a little easier than if I did not try using this technique. And you know, when you mount these, if you decide to mount these in a vertical manner, you could probably do away with the bottom piece of the perf board, just as long as you're careful not to have adjacent components short out on the bottom connections. But you could certainly take some heavy gauge copper wire and wrap and turn around the bottom hole in the corners of the perf board, and then use that to anchor it down on the circuit board, and then you have your component leads sticking up that you can attach to. That is certainly one possibility. And the other nice thing about doing this is that the constant flexing of the leads, the perf board tends to act as a buffer, and it takes the strain off the case of the transistor. So, you know, if your leads are going to break, it'll probably be where it's soldered on to the existing connections on the transistor. In the case of the actual leads running through the original leads of the transistor, it'll probably break off flush with the board. At any rate, it just makes it easier to repair these versus having a lead break off flush with the case. Well, we're out of time with part 3. In the final installment of circuit board preparation on part 4, I'm going to show you how to incorporate modularizing your integrated circuits as well as a few passive component devices into your projects. And then after that, the videos that follow, we will actually start building a circuit. It's going to be a radio, and we'll have a lot of fun doing that. So thank you again for watching Tronics in 10. My name is Brian. I hope you have a good day. Bye-bye.